people ask me, well, what do I want them to get from the film? I say, well, it depends upon what they bring to it. So what you see in Troy or feel about Troy has to do with your own life and, standards and all those things.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
So I actually was working my way toward the arts without realizing it. That's why I told my children a liberal arts education is okay. You don't have to know at 7, I was 17 when I started college. You don't have to know at 17 what you're gonna do the rest of your life.
Denzel Washington is one of the best actors of our time, but he didn't always dream of becoming an actor. He fell into the career in young adulthood. He says not to focus on failures, but focus on your accomplishments and take risks. Don't settle for less. You have to believe yourself and take action. Act on your ideas, because dreams without goals are just that, only dreams. Always have a plan to do good. Each generation should try to help the next generation to do better than they could. Denzel Washington is a prime example about how setting goals can make your dreams really come true.
Right words, not is, was. And that's not the only problem. That's one of the problems. Now, you can make it the only one if you'd like, but it's not the only one. But that's a fact. That's a fact. They couldn't play basketball in the NBA. Well, their grandfathers couldn't walk on the sidewalk, or they were slaves. So each generation is trying to do better for the next generation. That's what Rose could see by wanting her son to get an education, but Troy couldn't see. For him, his son doing better was him getting his son a job at the sanitation department. For his wife, the son doing better was getting a good education and going to college. So each generation, regardless of race, each generation, Polish, African American, whatever, is usually trying to help the next generation do better than they did.
Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward.
So I worked it out. I found my way to theater. I started with Eugene O'Neill's The Emperor Jones. First role, second role was Othello. So I didn't aspire to act in movies because there was Richard Pryor and Sidney was on the end of his, but I liked those New York movies, Taxi Driver, Mean Streets, Straight Time, Marathon Man. So anybody with an O, Pacino, De Niro. And I read it, and I thought it needed work, quite frankly. So I said, well, I haven't read the play. So I read the play, and it said Troy Maxon, 53 years old. Well, I saw James Earl Jones do it in the 80s, so I always thought I was too young. When I saw 53 and I was 55, I'm like, wait, I better hurry up. So it's a true story. So I called Scott Rudin and said, I want to do the play. He said, you want to do the play? I said, can you raise the money? He said, I'll call you on Monday. Raised the money, we did the play. Great success, multiple award, Tonys. This was actually, of the 3 films I've directed, the easiest way in because we had performed it 114 times to great success.
To my father, who taught me by example how to be a gentle man, the most important person in my life. 40 years of sacrifice, 40 years of forgiveness. She taught me about faith, spirituality, love, real love, unwavering love. In spite of myself, I would not be alive without Pauletta Washington. I wouldn't be alive. Small minds discuss other people, gossip. Good minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas. I was Eleanor Roosevelt. I was also Pauletta's father, my father-in-law. He was a great man. He taught me so much about what being a man really is. I want to end the night with a short video that we recorded of Pauletta's father 30 years ago that my son, Malcolm, gave me, an AFI graduate. Twitter tweet mean world that we've created for our children. The least we can do is consider what we've done.
Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.